I'm Alix, I'm a nutritionist and bioscientist from Melbourne. I'm really passionate about supporting gut health and helping people with IBS symptoms. This recipe that I'm bringing you today is focused on gut health through fibre from plant-based ingredients. So focusing on plant-based diversity and aiming to eat between 40 to 50 different plant-based species every week really helps to support our gut health, and it's really important for anyone who suffers with IBS or any other gut health concern, or for anyone who's just looking to improve their gut health. The fibre from your plant-based ingredients, like some of the ones I have here in front of me, your fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, legumes, and even your herbs and spices really help to feed the bacteria that lives in your gastrointestinal tract. We actually have trillions of different bacteria that live in our gut, making up our gut microbiome. And this is what's considered the first line of defense in our gut. Today's recipe is really simple, it's completely customizable to your taste preference and can easily include more than 10 different plant-based ingredients. Because the more diversity in our diet, the more diverse your gut is going to be. Plus, who doesn't love chocolate? So some of the ingredients I've got here in front of me that we're going to use are some freeze-dried strawberries, we've got some rose, some lavender, lots of different types of nuts like pistachios, hazelnuts, we've got some dried oranges and even some popcorn for a fun little texture. This is a great addition to any holiday table and also makes a really fun gift for Christmas. So let's get into it. Let's make our festive chocolate bars and chocolate buttons. To start this recipe, you'll need to melt 1.5 cups of dark chocolate. Any chocolate will do, but the higher cacao percentage, the better. And you just want that nice and thick and glossy. This recipe will make about 2 really large bars and about 12 large buttons. So each button that I'm using here is about a tablespoon. And then all you have to do is top it with your nuts and seeds and any other delicious goodies you have. I like to roughly chop my nuts and seeds, but other than that, everything else is put in pretty whole. Here I'm topping it with some salt. Chocolate and salt go so well together. So some of my favorite flavor combinations would be pistachio, rose, and freeze-dried strawberries. I love lavender and coconut, and then of course just peanuts and almonds or dried oranges work really well. So here I've just melted a little bit of peanut butter with some hot water as a little drizzle. And I've done the same thing with some matcha green tea powder. Just a teaspoon of water with a little bit of powder as a drizzle. You can use some lemon and lime zest as well if you want. Now here I'm making one of the bars. I just poured about half of the leftover chocolate onto a baking sheet, and then I'm just sort of thinning it out and making it as even and as neat as I can. With these, you can really go as simple or as wild as you like. I honestly love to just cram it with as many ingredients as I can. Love a little bit of salt. So I've done some freeze-dried strawberries, some coconut, some mixed nuts. Honestly, all of these flavors work really well together, so you can just get really creative. You want to work pretty fast though, as the chocolate does start to set pretty quickly, and you might find that you need to sort of push them down a little bit to make them stay. So here I'm doing that peanut butter drizzle again. And then I just did the same thing as I did with the matcha, but with a blue spirulina. So any of your, different colored powders would totally work. And And this is what they look like when they're ready. Just pop them into the freezer for about 20 minutes. They should pop right off. And they look so delicious. Perfect little bite-sized snack. This is just another little combination. I've tried to draw a bit of a line down the middle for this one, just so that I can keep things a little bit neat. I love putting popcorn on as well. It's just such a fun crunch, and chocolate, popcorn, nuts, they go so well together. So here you can see that the chocolate did start setting a little bit, so I did have to push down some of those nuts, but it all worked out in the end fine. Then once you finish topping them, you can pop them into the fridge for up to an hour or the freezer for about 20 minutes. And when they come out, they should be pretty easy to cut with just a sharp knife that you've run under boiling water. So yeah, that's honestly as simple as it is, guys. Just melt a cup and a half of your favorite dark chocolate, spread it out to your desired size and shape, and then top it with your favorite flavor combinations. You probably only need about a small handful of each ingredient to make this whole recipe. And then you have some delicious chocolate bars. You definitely don't have to cut these. You could just break them up as well into whatever sort of sizes and shapes you like. And if you do end up making these, guys, I'd love to see your recreations. Feel free to tag me on Instagram at AlixMurphy_nutritionist. But that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I will catch you next time.